EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. It's one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, they've proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go faster, seeing it here.
Quickly to the tight end. At the 45, on its way. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready.
Receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up.
Ball is loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football.
Quarterback may change this route. To the air on first down. Pulls it in. It's Wiley. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is, because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
On first down from their own 22. Here he goes breaking the pocket. It'll be incomplete, trying to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Getting that push, they pick up a 4 out to the 26. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Spins away from the defender. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Throws to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And how about that? That's already the 3rd target this guy has had on the opening drive of the game. He is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing it.
Tough sliding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They told us they were going to be aggressive no matter where they were on the field. Didn't take long to prove it. Going for it on 4th down in their first drive. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. First down and more. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Nice football intelligence, understanding I'm not going to get to the quarterback, I'm not going to sack him, but if I get a mid up in the air, if I get one of those paws up there while he's throwing it, I can get the deflection and still ruin the screen.
It's picked up from the gun, running back on the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Complete downfield. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll run play action. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And that guy is just a man. I mean, he sets the tone in this defense. You saw it on that play right there. Reminds me a lot of the guy standing beside me, David Pollack, who really set the bar for great D-line play at Georgia. I think back to two guys I played against, Richard Seymour and Marcus Stroud, lining up beside each other on the inside of that D-line. That was an absolute nightmare to go up against.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
On second down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to third down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the first down on second down. We don't need third downs.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Grab near the marker, it's Ferguson. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Now the play fake. Grab near the sticks. It's Williams. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
Looking to throw on first down. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. They'll go to work in the air on second down. That's reeled in. It's Wiley. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Toss to the left. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 51.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
So now on second and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Back to pass. Finds his man. It's Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Out of the gun. The running back has it. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And they can't make the connection. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that, but I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what, you can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
And the Rebels send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Catches it at the 15. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Snap to the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
Might be looking to run. The pass is incomplete. Thought they might catch the defense napping, but it'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Might be changing the route. On third down, he drops to throw. Wide open downfield. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
That's caught. It's wide. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm now.
And as an offense, man, the last place you want to be is third and long. And I think he's just got to put a little bit more mustard on that football. It comes up short, got to step into it, throw that maybe a little bit harder. But this offense now in a difficult third and long situation.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Georgia going back to work with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Wyman. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
How many first downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
The Bulldogs will try to punch it in on first and goal. Just keep slinging it. Trying to barrel in. Give him 6. Touchdown, Bulldogs! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with.
Turning it on! Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Went to the running game on first down, now second down. Defense in press coverage. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to fire on second down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate.
Fires one high and deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Rebels! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at...
Game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the ACC. Florida State is... A big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Tallahassee for some time. They're up by 17 over NC State. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the second quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, and they're playing good complementary football up to this point, but this is a huge opportunity, David, for them to really create some momentum.
Well, and the defense did such a good job keeping them in the game early. Now holding down their end. Now get the offense rolling, put up some points on the scoreboard, and then you can really get dangerous in this ballgame.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Out of the gun, they give to the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, that's their third sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this is one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches and nightmares up to this point of the game.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. That is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Athens. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on
And the Rebels will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
He did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's not built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
The Dogs have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Try to get it to the edge. Spins away from the defense. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Now a first down from the 4. 5-yard line.
42 Spider. 4-2.
Gets the back moving. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Hit as he throws. Just a little off. Incomplete.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. A strike downfield. There he goes. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam. The defense finally got him.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Right down the middle. On target to the left. And they make the connection, and he's got it at the 10-yard line. Set up with a red zone opportunity. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Rebels are in the hurry-up. To within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Pass interference. Offense.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Now on second down. Back to pass. Good timing on the quick out. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Here's the pressure. And the missed connection on third down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Maybe they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And the Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on 1st down, sack on 2nd down, and now on 3rd down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't block him.
Lofts one high and deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Rebels will call on their punt team. They'll look to pin them deep. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Give to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. He's got it again. Breaks into the open. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. From the gun, the ground game. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The play action fake. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Back has it. Got enough for the 1st. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
Bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. And the Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And back to the air on second down. Got his man. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Miami has the lead right now, but this Canes crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet there in the 305. They're up by a field goal over North Carolina. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Got room to work. Turning it on. The 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Ole Miss. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Here comes the 2-point try.
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass play. Great route by the receiver, good timing on the throw.
And the quarterback goes down, but there's a penalty flag down, and I think the offense is going to pick up the first down. The defense was offside. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Motion from the back. Going to swing it on second down. Looking left. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Bulldogs are flying down the field. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
There he goes. Good as so. Clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. The Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now facing a 3rd and long. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Third and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Georgia hunkers down in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Yeah, and how about the linebacker? You know, you ask him to do so much on the football field, to cover so much ground. You don't always ask him to go man-to-man, but when you do, the linebacker comes through, swats the ball to the ground.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. Hold on just a second, guys. Flag on the play. What a costly mistake by this defense, and that really ought to do it. And the offense should be able to run out the clock. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the snap, it's Taylor. Going for the goal line. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They can move that thing 1 yard here. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia! You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner goes down. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Quickly out to the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Wants to go up top. They get to him as he throws. Incomplete. before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Quarterback keeper. He stopped at the 15. Not enough for the first down, and you'd think we'd see the punt team. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Makes the grab on the left. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. He wants a big play here late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And the Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here.
QB starts it. No gain on the play. It's now 2nd and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and to hit that time, help force the incompletion.
And he's got it for the late touchdown, but probably a little too late, barring just an epic finish.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. The hands team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this,
a shot toward the end zone. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
Unleashes one deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going back to the well, another deep ball. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays.